Alright, so hi guys. This wasn't the video that was planned for this week, which I feel like is kind of all of my videos recently. And as you know, I did miss a couple days, so this video is sponsored by me. Hi, please follow me on other social media because when I'm having a rough time and I don't upload, I'm still very active on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, almost everywhere else that isn't YouTube. And just to let people know, I also do use my community tab quite a lot, so check back there from time to time because sometimes, hey, people just miss uploads or the bot tells them not to, and so liking, commenting, and subscribing really does help. And commenting for the bot, if you can't think of anything, or slapping an emoji down below, really helps the algorithm and helps my videos get to you guys. Because I have gotten quite a few comments in the past and in my more recent videos of like, oh, yep, haven't seen your videos in a long time, didn't pop up in my feed, oh wow, I'm unsubscribed, and that isn't just a me problem. I know a lot of people have talked about it, but there we go, there's my little shill, and I'm gonna do my normal Patreon stuff at the end of the video, but this is something that I really need to talk about. Okay, so I still don't know how I'm gonna title this video exactly, and it's a serious topic, but I get quite a few messages and comments on certain things people want me to talk about, certain things, and I almost always tell them that I don't like, I'm like thinking of topics and talking more about issues than the people that are rightly involved, even though usually they are inspired by people, and this most recent one is that same case. But the issue simply is I have been going through therapy now, at least at the time of recording this, I'm very lucky that I can go through therapy, and I'm very grateful that I have insurance and a decent therapist, because you don't always get those, but because I've been working more on myself recently, it's really come full circle on how negativity sells. And am I going to be like an ooh positivity channel? No, I've never said that. And I'm not going to be the bury my head in the sand kind either. I made my channel off of deep topics, story times, rambles, opinion pieces, rants. It would be hypocritical of me to suddenly just like, well guys, it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful place of positivity, because that's just not me. But the issue here is that there is a YouTuber that I actually used to be a fan of, a pretty big one, and they are clearly going through some kind of episode right now. I'm not comfortable calling it a mental breakdown, but it is very clear as somebody who has mental health problems. Hi, hello, welcome here. It's Michie I'm talking about. You can kind of tell, and a lot of people out there, and I'm sure a lot of people listening right now, you deal with your own mental health issues, the world is not such a small place. And with the terrible stuff that has happened this year, a lot more people are a lot more on edge and a lot more of they have a hairpin response to things. And the issue I have is how uncomfortable this makes me. I'm using me personally here with this event going on. They're dragging this bigger YouTuber is dragging a lot of people into it. They are not in the art community. Just before people like think anything like that, they're not an artist, but they are clearly having something going on. Something's happening in their personal life that they are not taking account of, and they are jumping on social media and jumping on other people and jumping on instances where people are critiquing them, and they are singling out people who are not being overly hateful, and they are using words and vocabulary that are extremely serious allegations and to throw onto somebody, and it makes other people money, which is why you're seeing people talk about it right now. And yeah, my video's monetized while me talking about this, but I never want to make money off of a single person very clearly having an episode, having something going on, and it's clear that they are spiraling and they are having something going on, and people are just freaking out because this person who's going on has a big platform. This is a big problem with social media in general. You know, there are a lot of people on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter that have really, really large platforms, and with that large platform, they feel a sense of power. You know, that is just how it is. I made a video all about power imbalances a little while ago, but it gives you a little bit of leverage. And the issue I have is when you have young, impressionable people listening to this stuff and seeing this stuff, they're thinking that it is normal responses to things. You are seeing a lot of this with issues that are going on right now and how people will not hold accountability for themselves. And in the same vein, you're seeing a lot of people, again, I will reiterate, I have mental health issues. I have diagnosed health issues. And you are seeing people use those said excuses as excuses. When my therapist, great guy, love him, he's great, has told me that in one of our sessions, your mental health is an explanation for why it is happening. It explains why this is happening. It is not an excuse. It is also why you see a lot of people who defend when there are people who have narcissistic tendencies and they hurt other people and they talk about it. I've seen this happen to my friends online, where they make a video talking about their personal experiences with a certain person who has an issue, and people suddenly dogpile on them and being like, how can you say that? They're mentally ill. Well, that doesn't excuse them from being a terrible person. It explains it, but you need to look back and you really need to reflect inward on yourself. I've been doing that a lot lately in therapy, and there's been a lot of things that I've thought of, and there's been a lot of issues that in heated moments I wanted to jump the gun and make videos on things. I wanted to join the crowd and talk about a person and go into details about it, and I have done those in the past, and there have been times where I've made videos and I actually had to question myself. And I had to send the video to other people and be like, should I post this? Am I in a good headspace? I don't want to have people misunderstand what I'm trying to say because I have issues speaking sometimes. I know, ironic, right? Because I make YouTube videos. But sometimes when I say things, they come out wrong, which is why I try my best to have, my paper ASMR here where I have like notes, and I don't do strips, and where I double check with some of my friends on things, and I even send my videos to my friends sometimes, or even my patrons, and be like, hey, this good, should I redo it, blah, 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 because I'm trying to better myself, and better my audience who is listening right now. I have always been a firm believer of what you put out into the world comes back at you tenfold, and this stuff going on, attacking other people and using their platform and using their numbers to vilify somebody else, to belittle somebody else, to bring people down to numbers is disgusting, and it's terrible, and you see it a lot in every community, and I just can't support it anymore. I've talked about this for a long time, but I stopped watching drama channels, and there are literally only like 2 commentary channels I even watch anymore. And they've also started divulging away from situations like that. Because will it make them money? Will it get lots of clicks if I put certain people's pictures and thumbnails and, make really clickbaity titles and do this and that? Would I get more attention? You bet I would. That's what sells. But I don't want to devolve myself to that unless it is an extremely serious situation where I feel it is necessary. In most times, we need to talk about the issue that's going on instead of the hot tea when there's clearly somebody with a lot of numbers weaponizing their fan base and attacking other people. This happens in every community. This has happened in the art community, in the video game community, in the streaming community, in the TikTok community. It is everywhere, and we need to notice when it is happening, and people need to stop blindly following people and listen to what they said. I am not a perfect person. I will say that right now. You know, there are things in my past when I was younger that I've said and done that I think is disgusting now. I am not that kind of person anymore. And, you know, it's one of those things where, like, hey, if people were to bring that up, I'd be like, yeah, I did that. I don't do it anymore. And I'm sorry if I hurt you or I offended you or anything, but I don't do it anymore. And that's what you have to do. And again, there have been quite a few opportunities that I could have been a really mean, vindictive person and use this platform right here to send the same thing to people I don't like. Because, yeah, there are people I don't like. But you know what I do? I keep it to myself or to my friends offline. I don't, you know, vilify other people. I don't send other people to attack others. I don't belittle and defame someone's character by watering down the importance of such important vindictive words. Because I don't think people understand how powerful words really are. And when you start throwing out words like narcissist, like gaslighting, like abuser, like things like that, when they are not in the context of what they actually are, you are watering down those words for when serious cases come up, for when serious situations come up, because they will look and be like, oh, you mean like so-and-so when they were just being a petty high schooler even though they're a grown-ass person? Oh, well, you know, that's not what that means, and that's an issue. It's a big issue I'm having. And even more so when you can so clearly tell that they are in a bad place. One of my friends, Holly Brown, has openly talked about this in her past, where, you know, she had a lot of mania and she has issues, and she's worked through it now and made her new channel and been working on it and doing things, and because she wanted to change and be a better person. And that's something that I try to strive for, and I know other people strive for, and I think we as a collective need to help these people and see when something is clearly a breakdown or an episode or in mental duress, then support it. You know, help these people get help. Notice when the differences are happening. Noticing patterns in behavior with some of these people, because there's some of these people, it happens same time every year in the same little collection. And when you start noticing that, you need to point it out. You need to let these people get help, especially when they are bigger creators, because when they are bigger creators, 9 times out of 10, they have the financial means and the luxury to get that stuff situated. They have the luxury to have therapy, to get someone to talk to go offline for a little bit. And that's what we need to do. We don't need to deplatform them. We don't need to raise them up, because these are still people. They are people with a platform, but they are still people. People make mistakes. The difference is when they realize that they have weapons. And that weapons can be in numbers of their fans. And that's why we as people and we as fans need to think. We need to know when we see something. And notice when people are claiming one thing and do our own research into things. Because they can destroy people's careers. They can destroy other people's mental headspace. And that's disgusting. And that's not something I stand for. And when you use your own mental illnesses as a crutch or a get out of jail free card or a I'm doing this because I'm so-and-so, I'm doing this because I'm so-and-so, you are painting such a bad light for other people who have those disabilities or those mental issues. Because you lead to the stereotype from where the word crazy comes from. All right? And that's where I'm going to leave with that. I know it's a deeper topic video, but I really had to say something because it was driving me nuts and it's not going away and it's only getting worse. And so that's where we are now. So I will have a normal art video up for you guys next Wednesday. I'm going to try to be uploading more to this channel. I'm moving my vlogs here, so be excited for that, hopefully. I know it's a little shill, but I want to end it on something good, so. Thank you, as always, to my amazing Patreon patrons. I love you all so, so much. Without you guys, literally none of this would be possible. And as always, guys, I will see you next time. Oh, and I will have links and hotline numbers in my description box down below this time, because I'm talking about a mental health issue, and I think that's important when you want to be a mental health advocate. So, hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.